Good evening, everybody. I know it's kind of jarring. We just kind of have it up coming out of nowhere, but we don't have an intro video for you guys ever since we did do the full migration over to the new OCC. I am the Loud T-Rex, the Whispering Triceratops. There's really quite a few many names that you can get from me. And I'm joined here tonight by Kazame. Kaz, how are you doing tonight?
I'm pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm absolutely wonderful. So this has been my first time casting in a few months. So this feels rather refreshing that we're able to do it again. Jet, much love, and Nassif, definitely much love. But yeah, it's definitely my first time within the last few months. I'm feeling really good about doing it, Kaz. So have you've been watching before how all of this goes, correct?
Yeah, man. I've watched a lot of our streams actually. Basically, when I'm not playing, I'm watching.
Fair enough, and that is a wonderful appreciation. Dank Monkey, don't worry, bro. We got one definitely at some point. So tonight we are going to be seeing Salt and the newly, we want to say upgraded. I wouldn't say upgraded. I'd say the newly promoted Monarch is going to be going at it in the Diamond Division. So we are going to be seeing the likes KBC, Bagel Guy making a re-entry, Mosaic Danks, hell yeah, old team buddy, Obi-Wan, and Psycon, who hasn't left Monarch since they started. Salt, we are seeing Pachu, Widow Faker Khan up from the Gold Division, Ty Munster, Red Hoodie, Sweaty, and Prim, who has been in Salt before. So a lot of these names I'm seeing used to be in the lower ranks. Now they're giving it their shot here in the Diamond Division. So how many of these players do you actually like maybe converse, play with, talk on the off chance?
Well, I used to play against KBC. He's a fantastic Genji player, pretty good Doom player in my eyes too. He's a great DPS player. Abstract being Obi-Wan down there, he's an amazing person as well. And Pachu, I actually really enjoy having Pachu around in the server. So that's all I can say.
All righty. Well, I mean, I do know quite a bit of them. I've played against a few. I'm talking to you, Widowmaker. There's one where I beat her. We did have, I have played with quite a few of these players, and they're very capable. Same thing on Monarch, which now I'm being informed that no, they haven't been promoted to the Diamond Division. Sad face. However, they are going to be able to go against Salt. So it is still a good test of skill. It's still a good test of skill because in these scrim environments, yes, solo play is extremely important. You do have to understand, where you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to get there. But one of the things that makes these kinds of scrims so important is because I feel like they really showcase what Overwatch is, it's how it's supposed to be played. You're supposed to really be playing in these very focused 6-on-6 kind of environments, and that's always what's fun for me, honestly.
Yeah, it's also a great place to learn and improve. Playing with a team, you get to gel together, and you learn to play a lot better.
Absolutely. So whenever the game host is ready, please go ahead and get this started so we can get our first matches underway. And once again, folks, I do thank you for joining us. My information might be a little bit jarred here for the day. There's still just a lot of things to take as we've come into this transition over to the new OCC. But hey, it's an exhibition match. It's some growing pains, and I'm ready to see things blow up. So Numbani going to be our first map of the night. We are going to have, it is a hybrid map. So capture the point, then go ahead and get on the payload, which still maybe 50% of the population still doesn't know. Kaz, tell me about what you would do in these particular situations.
Honestly, with this double shield, I would set up on the high ground on the right, but I'm only in the plat, but it seems to work fairly efficient. If you are trying to hold the high ground up here, or you could even hold up on the left, kind of do a bunker style. It makes it hard for the opponents to get to you.
Yeah, I think that's relatively important. I still think it's something that a lot of players have to get, predominantly in the lower elos. A lot of the people in the lower elos are really looking more towards just getting into the action, and that's kind of that's relatively, how would I put it? That is a very bad idea. Here, I'm trying to soften it up. Can't do it. It is a bad idea. if you are a healer and you are healer, or let's say a soldier using that sprint and you are in front of your tank and you die, that is your fault. That's all I gotta say on that
100%, 100%.
But I'm not the only one, man. I'm not the only one. There's just, and you'll see it, you know what I mean? Like the Moira fades in, you know, tries to do some damage, and you're like, oh man, that's gonna be a tough day for you. Alrighty, so all right, here we go. Gonna go ahead and get set up. Salt going in with a heavy bunker composition. Pachu up in that front line there with the Sigma, big ball man himself, looking to dish out some solid damage, but they don't really have really any idea where the enemy's coming from. KBC is playing on that Doomfist, and I've seen him play it relatively skilled on that one. So Bagel Guy opening the way, helping the team kind of figure out where they're going to go. A good rotation here is going to happen from Salt, and they're going to show why their teamwork particularly is important. So Moira Orb does come out, and Pachu goes ahead and gets an eat there. Time Monster taking out KBC, and the battle starts off already. But Sweaty just sitting in there, left click aiming all the way down to HE. Double hockey sticks. That's going to be Monarch. Going to go ahead and get reset as we move into the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, that first rotation there was incredibly clean. And, you know, they saw him coming up the stairs on the right there and just rotated, and Bastion did all the work.
Yeah, and I feel like that's really what you have to understand. What is your win condition? Who do you need to support? Who do you need to help out? So they do understand that Sweaty is going to be the brunt of their damage, and there's going to be a lot of slow mobility characters, so they have to dislodge them somehow. There's just a little bit of a poke battle coming on in. Maywall does come on up, and Mosaic is looking for a proper angle in which to try to take someone there onto the point. But you gonna be able to stop it. It takes out Mosaic. That's gonna be a rough one there, and Monarch is still having some trouble. They're still trying to figure out what angle to take. Salt very quickly just goes ahead and takes an alternate angle. They do want to get that Makos. Oh, but Pachu with the balls of destruction manages to land it on KBC, and now it's just a very split team. Prim goes ahead and pops that ultimate. That's going to go ahead and separate him. Not necessarily getting any kills yet, but Monarch is having a really tough time figuring out what angle to take.
Yeah, that Sigma sitting down on the point. I don't like Sigma as a DPS player. He hits you on the corner. Not very fun for a squishier player like me.
Very, very true. Here it goes. Sweaty managing to land a triple kill. Unbelievable work. That's going to be a great use of ultimate there. And Sweaty just looking to take him out. My God, Jesus. Was that all 6?
I think that's a clean 6K from the Bastion, our little Lego Bastion sitting down here.
Little Lego Bastion just going ham. But it was a great job there by Monarch. They were starting to find their way forward, but it was just unfortunate. Unable to get much of anything, and Prim still leading into that forward line. Able to back up just a little bit. Pachu starts off with giving a little bit of shields, looking to just hold on to that front line. There goes that Maywall, but Sweaty. Oh, here it comes. That's gonna be amplification matrix. Ladies and gentlemen, as Sweaty and Prim pick up a few kills here, and Monarch is just having the toughest time against this entire bunk composition. Obi-Wan gonna have to back up, and it might be dangerous. They are gonna get away, though. They do only have one more team fight.
Oh, they did just switch off the Mei too, and if I'm not mistaken, she was pretty close to her Blizzard. They opted for the Genji. I don't know how much she's gonna do. Trying to get in there with the double shield.
KBC going back to the common, the normal. Here it goes. That ultimate is going to try and do some solid work. Great job there by Psychon to help. Oh, there it goes. Is that going to save some? And Sweaty does get taken out. This may just be what they need. Obi-Wan landing yet another pick here. And here come the Dragons. Is that going to be a huge one? Oh, no. Bagel Guy able to stay alive. And Monarch not going down without a fight in the overtime, managing to complete this point A.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive push. The Bastion got really unlucky falling off the point instead of just falling back down onto where the immortality field was.
And you just hate to see it, especially since Jet is in the audience. And now it's going to be Monarch still with the chance to survive. Mosaic may have bitten off more than they could chew. Obi-Wan with the absolute clutch shields in there. KBC is going to be playing that Bastion. Now they're going with a counter bunker of their own. Pachu still up in that front line, and they're going to really require KBC to dish out as much damage as humanly possible. There it comes. It's going to be dangerous. Sweaty is looking for that Doomfist punch, and that's going to be KBC getting completely deleted. Amplification Matrix does come on out, and they are pushing on back. Prim, Time Monster, and it's going to be Sweaty able to clean up some of these kills here with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Salt is not taking that point loss easily.
Absolutely not. I love, as a Doomfist main, I love seeing Doomfist players able to eliminate a Bastion like that.
Man, well, I mean, they can go through the shields. It's extremely important. Ooh, that's a very big Sonic arrow. Does let them see the whole team's there, so they know they don't have to worry about it. Sweaty trying to hold on the offsides, and that's just gonna be tough here for the side of Monarch. Sweaty still into that back line, and as long as that Doomfist is still around, that is dangerous. Sweaty getting another kill here off here on the side, and they just can't figure out an answer for Sweaty.
Yeah, no, he's just getting free reign. You know, they just need to focus him. Play his counters. Right now they're playing Genji Reaper, which Doomfist counters quite easily.
Oh, and here it goes. Kamehameha is coming out, everything but the kitchen sink. Is this going to be a massive play? And it might not be so, as a double kill does, or 2 kills do come up. Sweaty managing to get out of the way, and they're still just holding him over at spawn. They are not happy.
That dragon came out of nowhere. You know, I was not really expecting it, but it did its job. You know, it backed him up, split him up, and now we're seeing a really nice Gravitic Flux.
Ooh, and that Gravitic Flux does do some solid work, does take out one. Sweaty, Prim picking up others respectively, and this fight is looking all but lost. Bagel, Guy, and Danks trying to hold on, but it's just going to be Danks getting in on the point. KBC trying to make magic happen. Captain as Obi-Wan switches on over to the hamster, but no picks are being done. They're doing everything possible to try to hold on just to get in there, and there it goes, the Kamehameha from Widowfaker as that goes ahead and cleans this one out, and that's going to be the end of the push here for Monarch.
I think Monarch just needed to slow it down a bit. Their tanks pushed in a couple times without any support, you know. On their second push, I believe, their tanks were taking damage while half the team was still coming out of spawn.
Well, yeah, I think that was one of the bigger failings here that Monarch had. They were too interested in getting into that front line. What they weren't realizing was the enemy was in their spawn. So you don't have to meet them in battle the entire time. They did need to recognize that Sweaty was playing as the Doomfist off onto the flank. So now the priority becomes, oh, well, let's get rid of this Doomfist that keeps haggling our back line, and then by the time we're in the front line, we're already forcing the 5v6 or 4v6. You know, because Prim and Sweaty were just really coordinated. Monarch really needed to adjust and really get rid of them in order to really lead into a much better position.
Exactly, and I would have liked to see a Far come out of Monarch to try and counter that, the Doomfist that was just sitting above their spawn.
Alrighty, so we are going to have the bunker composition coming in once again here from Monarch. So KBC is going to be taking on the role of the Bastion. The question is their rotation going to be everything and what they need and more? Because right now Sweaty is running that Symmetra. Prim will be running the Sombra, and that's going to be important because at the very least Prim will be able to come out, take a look, see what's going on, and they can go ahead and just readjust.
Absolutely. I would like to see what Monarch does for defense. It looks like they're trying to do the bunker as well.
And it looks like Prim is just going to be looking forward, but I don't think that's going to be all of it. Sweaty does go ahead and change it from the Symmetra, so they might be looking forward for a little bit of protection there, especially from that May wall. That'll that'll definitely be pretty good. So they are going to look for an angle to take on, and that's the thing. With a Bastion, it's just one of those characters you do not want to face head on.
Oh, absolutely not. And I do see KBC is doing a pretty good job at spy checking while there's no enemies around to shoot at.
Well, definitely, you got to figure it out, especially if you know something might be around that could be dangerous. Here they go, rushing straight on in, and that's going to be absolutely dangerous as now they're starting to gain control here of the point. Prim off into the flank, looking to try to land one. Here it comes, Prim looking to do some work, takes out one. It's a 1-1 trade here. KBC takes out Widowfaker, and KBC just trying to shoot at anything humanly possible, but that's just going to be absolutely dangerous. They're not doing the work necessary. Here it comes, amplification major come in, and now it's going to be Salt, whatever's remaining, to try to hold on for just a little bit longer, but that's going to be Red Hoodie and Time Monster getting taken out at the second half at half of the second tick. So 2 minutes 20 seconds remaining. They do have time, but what do you think Salt was missing at that point?
Honestly, I think their healer going down first was a pretty big mistake. You know, Moira has a lot of mobility. She could have gotten away or done something else, but I think they also didn't focus on that Bastion enough, even though he was being protected by the 2 tanks.
Right, here they go once again. They're just going straight for the bum rush. Oh, and there goes KBC looking for some picks. Oh, man, that combo is just looking so sweaty and delicious. Trying to hold on, trying to get in some damage, trying to get the best of their abilities. Prim trying to go in for that backline, but great job there by the Monarch tank line, able to keep him from doing too much. However, they do manage to get that tick, so even though they're not winning the war, they're winning these little battles, but I think it might be just a tad too slow.
Yeah, maybe just a little, but you know, they did pop out 2 ults to stop that, but again, they do still have 2 ults up. Well, Salt is coming up on, I think, 4?
Yeah, they are.
4 to 5 ults.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right, and they're going to have to make it work. Now we're hitting almost the 1 minute mark. So whatever they're going to do, they better do it, and they better do it fast. And Time Monster's going to be the first to come on out. They do use that speed boost. Ooh, here it comes, Prim, looking to try to get that ult, and Bagel Guy does come on down. That's rough. Here it comes. The Dragon's getting in onto the point. Doesn't land on anyone. The Kamehameha and Sweaty's ultimate do come on in, but Psycon getting completely off the point as the 2 healers do everything humanly possible to keep the team up, but it's just not enough for them. Psycon is going to have to back off, and they don't have a lot of room to give you. And yes, Space ended. I did say that. Sweaty and delicious. That happened. That's totally... Hey, man, I could be talking about soup. You don't know that. Wait, maybe.
You know what? You're right. I think, you know, Salt played that extremely well. You know, they knew that this could potentially be last fight, so they all just went in and pressed Q. Nothing more to do.
Ooh, and here it comes. There it comes. Bagel Guy just rushing on. You get taken out quickly, and they didn't have any time. There's just be handled there, and they're just throwing everything they can at it. That's going to be Obi-Wan trying to do everything possible to keep the team alive, but it's just not going to be so. Obi-Wan being the last bastion of defense, not able to do it. That's going to be Salt taking the victory here on Noombody.
That was a really fun game to watch. You know, a lot of good Bastion plays, a lot of great Sigma plays as well, and the Hanzos were just keeping people, like, you know, afraid to poke out.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, those Hanzos, they shoot logs. They're not forgiving at all.
Ooh, and they're Sweaty with the cleanup. That is just that. You just hate to see it. Woo! That's a finish there. Wow. Alrighty. So, I mean, that's Monarch's first test against them. And honestly, their defense wasn't all that bad. Their defense really went, you know, almost could have gone the distance, maybe with about a minute left. So, you know, there were things that were working in their favor. But I feel like, you know, maybe they just missed out on, you know, maybe, how would I put it? Bagel Guy did end up getting pulled down, and I feel like that was kind of the beginning of the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, once you have your main tank completely out of position, there is nothing stopping, especially if there's a Reaper and a Mei just rushing on in there and just swarming this tank. There's, you know, especially if you're frozen, there's nothing you can do. and it was a great job there by Obi-Wan looking to try to help out here. You definitely had the healer combination of Danks and Saikon really doing everything possible to try to keep their team alive, but they just, with no defensive ultimates, there's really nothing you can do.
Exactly. And the Mei, when she starts freezing you, it slows you down, and then you just feel helpless because you can't do anything. And then her best friend Reaper will come up and just take your health.
Yeah, and I feel like that's always really rough, especially when you're playing you're playing a little bit more of a stationary tank like Orisa. Especially if she doesn't have her what is it, the personal buff. It makes it really hard for her because she's a sitting duck. There's nothing she can do.
Yeah,
Orion,
exactly.
Orion, or maybe they could shield dance it, but then you've got that, and then you also have a Reaper just blasting at your back. It just becomes so much to handle. And honestly, all you really need from an Orisa is maybe a good pull, and that's kind of what could set things in terrible motion.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what the map pack is, by the way?
Do I know what the map pack is? I do not.
I have no idea. I was not told. Which is... Okay.
Alrighty. So what's so they're setting it up, getting everything ready to go, and we're going Junkertown?
I'm letting Monarch decide.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
When I loaded up these settings, it was from an old scrim that I did.
Okay, fair enough. Hey man, and then that's the thing. Like people don't recognize that, but stream hosts are not stream hosts. Stream hosts are important, of course, but game hosts are also important as well. Just because I feel like these rules, and the way you can set this whole lobby up, it's not very difficult, but it becomes difficult if you don't know, maybe what you're doing or where you're, what you're placing people in. So I think it just gets to be a little much. Definitely a little bit of learning curve. But we'll see, and it looks like they want to do Nepal. Oh, man.
Personally, I love Nepal. It's such a fun map. As a Pharah and Doomfist and Reaper player, I get all those little corners. I can sneak up on people. I got some space to fly above. And especially on Sanctum playing Doomfist or Pharah, I just like sending people down into that well.
Yeah, and I feel like... I feel like that's the fun part about playing particularly these King of the Hill maps, because there's so many different angles that you can take, so it gives so much viability to different characters. As you were just saying, Reaper does have all these little nooks and crannies, and sometimes it really depends on you finding a good teleport spot that you can get around, maybe start your initial battle, freak out the enemy team from behind, they turn around, you fade into the entirety of your team, and then now you have, if you were lucky, you could land that first pick and force the 5v6. That's just deadly, especially if you have like a sitting Zenyatta.
Absolutely, and defending these points on the King of the Hill, it can be very difficult because, again, you don't know where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm. All right, so they are figuring it out.
Mars just joined. Mars is their coach, right?
No, I do not think so. I think Mars is one of the players, as far as I could tell. Not necessarily sure. I do know. I do know.
No, he is on their team.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, I've always known Mars to be a player, man. What's wrong? What's the matter with you? What is the matter with you? All right, so. Once we get the thumbs up here from the team captains, we can go ahead and get started here onto our second map, which is going to be Nepal. And I do want to thank you guys, who are watching the stream. Thank you so much for at least coming back, and so that way we can get all this set up, ready to go. Because honestly, like I said, I enjoy the scrims, particularly the lower level ones, primarily because you can see where things can go right, where things can go wrong, and it gives you that experience of really playing with a 6v6. I feel like one of the best things about being in the server is at least when I get put in a 6-man, at the very least, I have a basic understanding on how to work with 5 other people. Because when you solo queue, the game might be the same, but in its entirety, it still feels different because there's not all these call outs. There's not, we're doing this, we're doing that. Primarily, everyone's kind of off in their own corner. But when you do have these 6 men, men and women, you have to really consider, what are we doing? Where are we going? And it adds so much more flavor to the entirety of the game.
Exactly, and chemistry can make the game look like either scuffed or completely pro. Especially when you play with people who you are real comfortable with.
I'll tell you what is I'll probably never heal Jet again in my life. He just runs in there. I don't know what to do with him sometimes. It happens. That's why you can't play with Jet, man. All right, ready? So here we go. Get this next round underway, and we are going to be seeing the double shield here come in for favor of Salt. That is still going to happen from Monarch. So they're rushing in onto the point with the Lucio buff. So they are going to get there first, get set up just a little bit early. Whoa, and that's going to be a big one there, but Obi-Wan gets a pick here on Red Hoodie. Prim takes out Psycon. That's going to be the main healer. Well, one of the main healers, Danks is still alive, able to keep the team alive going. Here it goes. The punch comes in, but Prim unable to get the pick. That's going to be KBC landing one. Miffy Seal, she lands one there on KBC. Obi-Wan getting one there on Prim, and that's going to be absolutely huge as Pachu still runs in for the forward offense. That's going to be Obi-Wan backing up, set reeling. That's going to be tough there. Does manage to land the rocks, and here they go, pushing on in. Mosaic switching over, are still on that far, looking to try to land something, but Pachu still a force to be reckoned with, pushes their way forward. KBC has to fade out of there. Oh, and this is not looking good there for Psychon. Does get taken out. So it's going to be a reset here on the side of Monarch as we move into the 15% mark for Salt.
That was actually really impressive. As we saw, Monarch does have a Pharaoh, but it wasn't seeming like they were too big of an issue, especially because Salt doesn't have a hit scan player.
Right, and if primarily the idea is if scan player, that Pharaoh's going to have a tough time. There isn't, it'll be easier. But the Kamehameha does come on out here, and maybe the Moira could offer a little bit of damage. There's just a lot of different factors, or maybe Sweaty's just going to go crazy. Oh, that's going to be a 1-1 trade. KBC landing another one. Great res there by Danks as he switches over to his Super Saiyan form. Does manage to take another one out as 5 do get onto the point, and at the 50% mark, managed to go ahead and turn this over, but they still have a way to climb. They still got 40% to go for it. I don't know. Now that some of these ultimates are going to be coming online here for the side of Salt, what do you think is going to be happening?
I would love to see the Sigma Reaper combo, because that combo is just, unless you have a Baptiste, you can't do anything about it. It's almost always a 4K or more.
Here they Obi-Wan getting split off from the team, and that's just gonna be a rough ending there. Mosaic still trying to hold on with the Far Mercy combo, but it might be just a little bit too much as Prim lands a mid-air punch to the forehead. That's just the feels bad, man.
Absolutely, and I think you did go quiet for a second there, but you are all good now.
Okay, it happens. Like we say all the time, we're all doing this from the comfort of our home. If this was some sort of building, it would be fantastic. And if we got paid,
oh, absolutely,
it would be amazing. If we got paid, it would be amazing. So here they go once again, and Salt has great hold here of the point, and that's going to be Prim and Pachu looking to hold off the sides here, not letting Monarch have too many ways to go in. Here's how it worked. Port ultimates do come up. That's going to be Prim taking out KBC with no protection. That's just a rough one there. Widowfaker doing everything possible to keep her team alive, and does so with expertise. Mosaic just having to just rush on in onto the point. Nothing else that could be done. They're trying to find an angle. There it goes. That's a one pick. Comes down the side of Monarch. They're trying to hold on. Gravitational flux is going to come in huge, but doesn't do anything yet with the support ultimate there to stop him just a little bit. Danks getting a pick. The res here on Mosaic. Die. Comes out from Pachu. Takes out the bagel guy, and that's rough because I wanted that with cream cheese. Pachu in some trouble here. Is getting 2v1, but Widowfaker pops the ultimate. keeps him alive, and they're just going and going for this fight that's gonna be Danks. Still trying to float around and keep the dream going, but it's not going to be so. That's gonna be Salt able to keep this round.
I was just real confused there because my colors are all mixed up.
Your colors are all mixed up. What are you seeing?
So I have custom colors, right? Right now for me, I think that Salt is, green and Monarch is blue. However, on the percentages, they were flipped, and so I was like, "What's going on here?"
It's a very common bug. We tried doing that before to give the teams colors, and it'll do that. Yeah. It'll switch it when you're trying to spectate. It sucks.
Super confusing.
It's all right. You can go ahead and change that for before the next one. So here we go, and we are going to have Obi-Wan playing the hamster this time, and it's going to be really important because they are only going to have one standing shield. That could be absolutely dangerous. Bagel Guy is going to have to back off because there's just way too much coming at him with no shield. So here they go, pushing on in, but Danks might be in a bad position here. Does come on over to the rest of the team. And it looks like they are going to try to find some solid angles, get in there, and there goes Prim versus KBC, but KBC could be in an absolutely terrible spot. That's going to be Sycon looking to try to get in the way of Prim. Mosaic managing to land the first one there. Prim trying to get into that back line. Ooh, almost does some solid work. And now KBC and Prim are going at it. Mosaic landing the pick here as it's going to be Monarch getting the first point. Moving on into the 10%, and oh my god, Mosaic is hungry for these kills. There it comes, KBC trying to take out whatever's left of them as Obi-Wan looking to get a piece of that pie is gonna have to back it off, but Mosaic isn't done with that. KBC getting a late pick, and Mosaic just feeling it, Mr. Krabs running on in. That's gonna be Monarch getting some solid. So now, here we go. Next battle is going to be under. Oh, and that's tough. Kamehameha does come on in here from both sides. Widowfaker taking out KBC, though, and that's going to be absolutely monumental now that they're losing a great deal of their DPS. They're in the back line looking to deny a lot of this damage. Oh, that's going to be one here on Pachu, and that's going to be rough. Mythiseal trying to go ahead and do a little bit of mind sweeping as Time Monster loses the bongo. That's going to be tough here as they're pushing on in. Bagel Guy with an environmental. Meteor Strike comes on out. KBC with the double kill, and that's going to have to be Red Hoodie playing a good game of GTFO on out of there.
That is the KBC that I used to play against, and that is the KBC I do not like playing against. When he just gets into his rhythm, he kills the team.
Hey man, that's what you need. You need a bona fide in your circle. There it goes, KBC. Look, it's completely out of position. That's going to be a tough one there. And now it's going to be Obi-Wan just getting absolutely face melted. Mosaic getting the pick here on. And that there, another pick here from Sycon, and here it comes, Gravitational Flex coming on in. Great job there by Sycon reading that to have it just before anything happened, but Widowfaker does pop her Kamehameha, looking to try to get rid of the enemy team. Here it goes, counter Kamehameha comes out here from Danks, looking to try to take out his rival Obi-Wan, taking down the Time Monster. That's a triple kill! Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute nutty play! Manages to end the hold here for the side of Monarch, and that's going to be Salt bringing it back at the 99% mark. Oh my goodness.
Prim came in with an insanely clutch Deadeye at the best moment possible.
Oh my god.
I also gotta hand it to both the Sigma players that they just keep shutting down all these Reaper ults. I think in total there's been like 5 Reaper ults that have been shut down tonight.
That's absolutely nutty. So here they go. One more time at it, and KBC considering what angle he's going to take. Obi-Wan still in that back line. They did call out Prim, and they do know Prim is out of position. and soul. They're just like some kinds of animals. Pachu getting into that back line. That's going to be tough. KBC does take out Prim. The Bongo does come out in favor of Salt. OB1 with a double kill. That's going to be huge. They're just throwing everything onto the point. They know they can't get in there. But oh my God, are they still able to hold on to it? Here we go. KBC taking out Red Hoodie. Prim is still alive as the Tracer, trying to hold on. And now we've got Time Monster jumping in to hold on. Mosaic comes out with these dual shotguns. They may be able to make this work. 99%. We are going to the end here. Widowfaker still holding on as the ultimate comes out here from Psychon to hold on. Bongos do come in of Monarch, and they're trying to make this work. Here it comes. Gravitational flux up into the air. Bagel guy, so come forward, and that's going to be KBC and Mosaic picking up these last two kills. Prim trying to hold on with a Tracer and a Dream, man. Just not going to do it.
I feel really bad for the two hamsters that one just got knocked off after being frozen, and then the other one, he tried to slam back down onto the ground, but an amazing pull came out of Bagel Guy and just pulled him off and said no.
That's too much, man. It's too funny. Like, there was a lot of environmental kills in that last one. Did you notice?
Yeah, OB1 got like 2, and with the same, right? He got with his grapple, he knocked 2 off, I believe.
Yeah, he was consistently getting people off. So was Psychon. I saw a few there. Prim was having a tough time trying to get in there. That was...
Yeah, Prim with that Tracer was actually really nutty on staying alive.
All right. So here they go one more time, and Salt, feeling the sting of a minor loss here, just needs to go ahead and regroup, but Monarch ready to prove themselves and push their way forward. Starts off the initial skirmish. That's going to be a big pull there as Pachu manages to block for the team. Here they go, ready to come on in, but Pachu definitely knows they need to back up just a little bit. Try not to get taken completely out, and that's going to be shield management 101. That's a tough one there, boys, as now the Reapers are still into that front line, trying to hold on. Time Monster might be in the worst spot imaginable if that Reaper can land a pick, and that's going to be so. They're still pushing their way on in, and these Moira heals are doing all the work they can. Here it comes. They're just pushing on in, and it's just nonsense on the point. Kamehameha comes on in from both Danks and Widowmaker, but Widowmaker's comes out at just the wrong time. That's going to be Danks looking to try to get some solid kills here, and that's going to be Monarch showing a great display of force.
I really love this comp that both teams are running, considering it's a mirrored comp. It's honestly my favorite comp to run on this map, especially with the Mei. Her walls can be so huge on separating.
and huge they were. That's just bad for Time Monster. Ended up getting blocked off from the team, and once you have that, oh man, that's terrifying. I'm screaming into the mic. Oh, and that's a Reaper pick if I ever saw one. Looking to try to stay alive, and Pachu able to get out of there. That's just going to be huge there, but they've got to be careful. Here it comes. Gravitational's coming up. Psychon, though, coming in clutch for the team, and now they're all going to have to back up. Oh, great pull there from Time Monster, able to keep a great majority of the team in there. Now they're just trying to hold on for dear life. Mosaic does get taken out, and that's going to give Danks just enough time to get out. But Salt does have some way to go. 61 to what is now 5%.
Yeah, Salt came in with the great combos. I think they used Gravitic Flux to damage them and fade out Sound Barrier, and then they just threw down the Blizzard and pulled them all into it. It was an amazing play.
Oh man, that's just, it's tough. It's tough, and it's tough being the support, having to decide which one you're just going to take the damage for. But the Kamehameha does come on out as they try to gain control. Got to be careful. Oh, here by Red Hoodie. Ultimate comes out from Pachu. But great job from Obi-Wan, keeping him off onto the flanks. Here it comes. Is this going to be a... managing to get one on Mithy Seal, but Widowfaker with a double kill. That's going to be a big one there. Who's going to be the victor of this one as Pachu tries to hold on for just a little bit longer, but it's not going to be enough. And now they're moving on into the 80% mark. Widow has got to get out of there. Oh, that's not good. We're at 85%, and they've got to get on the point now.
Pachu getting nothing with that ult. Was that Mosaic? No, it was Pachu, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one was the Reaper that got eaten? Anyways, that's just unlucky.
You hate
Really
to see it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
here they go. Prim going with 1,000 IQ play. Take it. So they're losing quite a bit. Dang. It's not to lose that ultimate. It's absolutely critical here in the final fight, or what could be the final fight. Danks picks up a kill here, and that's going to be absolutely monumental if they could go ahead and capitalize. Monarch takes out Prim, and they're pushing their way on in. That's rough. There we go. Is this going to be enough? With ultimates coming out left and right, that's going to be Monarch taking the second map.
You know, after the first sub map, I thought Salt was gonna take this one, but then Monarch came back with just a vengeance to win.
Oh my
They
God.
wanted this win so bad, and they earned it. And there's the double boop.
Oh, just barely.
Oh, we didn't get to see it.
Oh, and this is great here. Widowfaker with 19,000 healing. Man, I love that. I love seeing those numbers. Woohoo! Ty Munster with a... What's up, brother?
That's some amazing heals, and the damage block that Time Monster had was also really impressive.
And this is one of the things I love about these kinds of scrims is that, you know, when teams are really playing on the same wavelength, you know, you can really get some solid momentum going. And honestly, Monarch just made it work. Monarch made it work, figured out the proper angles in which to attack, and they were just doing it. And it was just tough here for Salt to really kind of adjust a few things here or there. And that's the thing. When KBC was kind of getting into that groove, you know, at least for that first point, for the second point, keeping Prim completely busy. That's going to be tough. You know what I mean? Able to force the 5v6 situation. That's going to be tough. You're going to see Obi-Wan getting environmental kills. Same thing as Saikon. I mean, they were really starting to establish this kind of rotation, and it's just fantastic, man.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, you know, when KBC gets in a groove, he gets in a groove. Pika? Messing up my swaps here.
Alrighty, so we are going to be moving into the halftime. In the meantime, thank you guys once again for joining us here at the new OCC channel. You know, let me be able to, would you say perform? Let's go with perform. Come out here and perform for you. I'm joined here by Kazme, so please go ahead and do us the favor. Take this time. Go ahead and get yourself something to eat. Get a little snack. Go ahead and get refreshed because we got more for you after the break. You good?
Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, call
He's
no
on
point
front.
though.
Hog one. Heals.
Coming back.
No, well, Teddy's popping.
Yeah, I am.
As a man, we have watched a nail biter of a fight, Salt v Monarch, which Monarch is still rated as, a platinum team. But man, they're able to at least, dig themselves into the ground and at least, weather the storm.
Right. Sorry, I'm just reading. They trying to get Pika in, but then Dank said something he's trying to swap in for himself. But no. Like you said, it has been a great matchup. So Salt is currently up, or no, it's tied 1-1, right?
Yeah, we're still tied. It's been, oh man, it's been a nail biter. I didn't like they're having really good. You know what I mean? And that's really what I love to see, where there is just this explosion of ultimates. But it's not just everyone throwing ultimates all at once. They're timed ultimates. You know what I mean? Like the special combo that was Salt. You know what I mean? Bringing up the gravitational flux, forcing the ultimate from Monarch, and then using the ultimate from Mei to go ahead and clean up. I mean that is fantastic teamwork and timing, and I'm loving the way they're rolling that.
Absolutely, and then with the Orisa onto that Blizzard, getting the pull, they were just about to, they were right on the edge, right? Then they just got pulled right back in the center, and they tried to wall it off, but it just wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, Captain Jack's totally right. It is a hearty matchup. Hearty like some chicken noodle soup, which I am totally in the mood for. So, next is going to be Volsky Industries.
Yes, it will.
Oh, you see, that is what I love to hear. Why? Because Volskaya is personally, and I don't understand why, one of my favorites. Some of these newer maps, not necessarily a fan of. You can't even call it Eichenwalde that anymore because it's been out for just so long. But when I play a game when I play a 2CP map like Paris, not necessarily excited. When I play Volskaya, though, I feel absolutely wonderful and ready to just get into this match.
Absolutely, and Volskaya is one of my favorites as well, mostly because I'll just play Mei on defense and Symmetra on offense. I'll just TP onto that first building in the front by choke, go right over the top, and usually the other team just has no idea who they are. I was also told that they can't play Pika.
They cannot play Pika? Oh, that makes me so sad. I was really, really hoping to watch some Pika play, man. Just a little bit of lightning bolt action's fantastic. And Brick, don't come here with that negativity. No, I'm gonna make you some chicken noodle soup, and then you're gonna love Volskaya. Okay, that's how this is going to work. Okay, we're gonna take. Yes, exactly. That is what this is for. Okay, this is what we're doing, and there's really no reason for it. But I'm hungry, and that's kind of where we're at. So, Pika is not going to be into this map. It is going to make me a little bit of a sad panda. But we are going to have Danks back into the mix, and I think it's going to be, still relatively fun. Danks has been doing just a great deal of work. And I wish we could kind of see the stats up right now to show the differences, because really right now, we're seeing a lot of the main healing obviously coming from Danks and Widowfaker. And if that card has any connotation, obviously she went ahead and did much better healing against Danks in the last match, but I feel like maybe Danks's were a little bit more impactful, and that's kind of sometimes where you kind of have to get to compared to it. So it's like raw damage versus playmaking, or I'm sorry, raw healing versus playmaking, which is kind of where, yeah, it's like, I think it's like usually where, like an Ana will, you know what I mean? Like able to get a sleep or an anti-nade, these big play kind of abilities.
Yeah, and I feel that Widowfaker had to use her the coalescence a lot more defensively than Danks did, or sometimes Widow would lead with the coalescence and Danks would have it to counterpart it. So I feel like, she just got a little bit of the better healing off of it, while Danks may have had more of a damage off.
Yeah, and I think that's absolutely huge. Getting those, having that. And then I'm going back into that timing. You know what I mean? It's in the way, especially the way you're wording it. If Widowfaker pops it, and Danks goes ahead and does it defensively. That really cancels out a lot of what that ultimate can do, because there's just streams of energy and damage everywhere. So
exactly, the coalescence, it puts out a lot of big heals, but it also it does a lot of damage, especially that since it can go through shields and through diva matrices and stuff like that. And it looks like they are both ready.
Oh, it looks like they love you! Yay!
That's Nithal. He's one of my. I'm his team captain, so he's gotta love me. All right, and we're gonna get started here.
Alrighty, so here we go. Volskaya Industries. It seems there's been somewhat of a healthy debate in here. Just don't mind me. Gonna take a quick trip to the dumpster. Gonna take Jet with me. Don't expect to see him back. So we are going to have a wonderful match here. At least from what I'm hoping. Maybe Metro play. I'm not really sure.
I'm hoping to see some Symmetra play. I'm expecting Pachu to maybe play some Pharah, because Pachu's Pharah is pretty crazy. And, May is really good on this map as well.
Right, yeah. May definitely has a lot of these little corridors, really make it difficult for people to get away, especially if you're trying to run that Orisa. The moment the enemy can kind of cross your shields, if they don't have proper defenses of their own, that just becomes a very, very tough day. And I feel like you didn't set the 2-2-2 for this, because I'm seeing composition we shouldn't be seeing.
You are absolutely right.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
You might have to cut this one off and put the roll queue set up again.
Yup, I definitely will. So we're gonna have to just go back to lobby real quick. Unless, okay, looks like they're switching. They just wanted to give me a bit of a scare.
Alright, fantastic. I know the viewers are losing their mind. Goat? What?
Yeah, no, that's my bad, NA host here.
Happens. Right. Here we go. They are going to be a bit of a double turret setup here. That's going to be tough. Ooh, Pachu getting rid of KBC, and Danks has got to be careful. There goes a turret there for Mars, and they're just trying to find an alternate angle, see where they can take it. But maybe that pick on KBC might not have been wholly as beneficial as possible, because now that Bagel Guy is slowly starting to get his way forward, they do recognize that they have another character still coming in around and might be able to land some of these better picks, get into a better angle. I mean, there's just so much that could be done. So here they go once again. Mars's turret doing a little bit more of zone control than I was initially expecting, but here it goes. That's going to be Monarch getting in, trying to get behind what looks like to be Salt, and I think they're just trying to get control of this high ground, take a little bit away here from Mars, and that's going to be relatively difficult. So here they go. KBC, though, in a world of absolute pain. That pick just has got to get out of there. Trying to stay alive with all of this healing. Is that going to be enough? And oh, Hammer comes on in, takes out Prim. That's a great deal of damage getting taken out, but is that going to be enough? Psycon and Danks doing everything possible. They do know they have to stand in front of the shield, and Bagel Guy may have gone just a smidgen too deep. Oh, and that's going to be Mars managing to land a pick. Amplification Matrix does come out, and Danks is going to have to GTFO, but does get hammered to death. And I'm not talking about drinking. Does go down. 2 minutes and 10 seconds are remaining.
Man, that hammer kill, I love to see him. I love to play it. Wait, who's attacking here? Sorry. Monarch attacking. I really like the slow play that they were coming out with. I thought they were going to take that with coming off that high ground there, but Salt just was able to hold on.
I'm loving the way they're playing, though. They're playing for the long haul. They're not just charging in. They're not just making stupid plays. They're trying to find an alternate angle. angle, and here they go. There's KBC looking to blow everything up, and that could be absolutely dangerous if they could go ahead and just make this work. Pachu still trying to hold on as Prim manages to get up top and just trying to hold some solid ground. That's going to be another pick there. Is that going to be what ends it? And yeah, Monarch is going to go ahead and get this point A.
I really like this the Junkrat swap that Monarch pulled off. Because if you can get Junkrat onto the Bastion, it will absolutely destroy them.
Just so much damage.
Yeah, you know, he comes in, just drops behind, and he can put those balls, or those little balls of explosion right onto them.
So we call them grenades where I come from?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just ball busting. So here they go, and Bagel Guy, might have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew. Is gonna have to back out of there, but there's Pachu looking to land some delicious picks, and that's gonna be a huge sleep there. Oh man, and they're just looking to try to 2v1 him, but that's gonna be a great job here from the side of Salt, not letting themselves get taken out, and they are gonna go ahead and force a restart here, so there is not gonna be any snowballing effect here from the side of Monarch.
If they can get this stagger onto the Zarya, it's gonna be so huge.
Oh my!
Oh my!
Yeah, sometimes,
that
man.
Stagger was unfortunate. I really think that Obi-Wan should have just jumped off the back of the map. I realized he was high charged, but man, you can't get staggered like that.
Yeah. There's just too much. That's a huge spending. They're probably not even going to be able to get started till about 2:30, and that just ate off effectively well over 20 seconds for him. That's another push.
Oh yeah, easily.
Oh, so here they go. Was I off? Was I off? Nah. Yeah, I was off by like 3 seconds. Still, here they go, and that's going to be a huge pull. They can't really manage to do anything. The ultimate does come on out here from Widowmaker, looking to keep the team alive. Oh, that's going to be a huge one there. Dragons be coming out, and Bagel Guy might be in the worst spot humanly possible, but it doesn't matter. That's going to be a huge one there. Danks screaming at Bagel Guy, I choose you, able to do some solid work. Prim trying to stay in onto the point. Ooh, and here it comes. It's going to be KBC just trying this push, trying to stop this hold, but I guess not. He didn't really do much of anything with it, which is relatively weird. So, Widowmaker trying to rush in, get in onto the point. There it comes. It's going to be a double. Prim just having to rush on in. Does get taken out by the Death Blossom. And with a minute and 48-second, Monarch is just doing fantastic work.
Man, that Nano Ryan just came in and said, nah, this is my point, and he kicked everyone out. You know, he was in the middle of those dragons, but he wasn't taking any damage because of that Nano. Plus, his healers were just keeping him up.
Yeah, man. That's just... I thought he was dead. He kept getting...
He was sitting right in the middle. It was like, what?
I was like, he's dead. He's dead. But then you got to think, not only does he have that defensive buff, but Danks didn't have anything blocking him. So long as he's still able, like, as long as Bagel Guy is actively trying to get out of the way and still has some of that healing, the chances of survivability are still relatively good. So that ended up happening. He survived, and then Bagel Guy just left-click W his way to victory.
Exactly. And, you know, that's what I love to see out of a Reinhardt. It's just, they're so destructive if they're freely allowed to walk in there and just hold left-click. I mean, it's just got so much reach and it does so much damage. It's scary.
I always feel like that was always a fun part, particularly when Ryan was, strictly stuck into the meta, or when you have that dive composition with Winston. You get into a good spot, nobody can run, and at that point, it's left click W, laugh like a madman.
Exactly, and that's why tanks have fun. They might not get recognized as much as the big play DPS players, but a good tank will carry his team.
Alrighty, so here we go once again, and they're still keeping up the 1-2 combo of Sigma, and it's going to be Orisa. So they do have that Bastion set up by Mars, but is that a troll pick? We will find out. Oh, there goes that bull, and they do adjust for what could be dangerous for them. There comes Obi-Wan, just has to back the heck out of it. On that one as they try to get behind him. Great anti-nade though coming out from Danks. Mars looking to try to hold a better position, but knows that the enemy team really have. Bagel guy, what are you doing? That's just absolutely horrible. Why would you stand there in the face of all that danger? Doesn't matter. Still able to stay alive. And now here they go, pushing on in. And now it's really only 3 of them. Can they go ahead and wait until the rest of the team shows up?
I loved that teleport, putting the Bastion underneath where the Ana was sitting, and just putting an Immort field on him. Ooh.
And that's gonna this could be the win that they need. Amplification Matrix does come out. KBC takes down Mars, and maybe I could have spoken just a smidgen too early. That's a huge anti-nade there coming in from Danks, able to land too. Oh my god, but a great job. Woo! And that's gonna be Widowmaker. Widowmaker in a bad spot, has to get out, and yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Respect the Nano to Risa. She's not all that scary on her own, but when she has the Nano, she just does so much damage.
You're right.
Terrifying, man.
You're right. Especially if they could drop the bongos, that's definitely another benefit.
The Nano Charger is definitely terrifying.
Oh my god, this is dangerous. But
what is Obi-Wan doing?
He's just playing around, I guess. That is the. The new. Ooh, hammer down comes in, but unable to get anyone. Here it comes. Them double dragons gonna do some solid work. Prim gets a pick here on Psycon. It's not looking good here for the side of Monarch. They are running into some troubles, and here it comes. Is that going to be what saves it? And that's a no, sir. That's gonna be unfortunate. It's going to be Bagel Guy, going to be the last bastion of hope here. But unfortunately, Bagel Guy just unable to do much of anything, as Danks is going to have to play a quick game and get the hell out of there. But Pachu not letting him go. Whew.
Junkrat coming off that tower, or that building there, it was an odd choice. You know, Junkrat up close, down into a team. It's pretty defenseless, especially since his grenades have to you know, direct connect to explode early.
Yeah. Oop, here it comes. Long shot from Prim. Ooh, but Danks manages to stay out of that one. You gotta respect the dynamite, man. Don't run into the dynamite. That's a bad day. That's a bad time when. Here they go. Pachu leading the charge, and Mars getting the pick here on Obi-Wan. Oh, but now we've got an angry looking to try to finish someone. Oh, but he ran out of cooldown, so that could be dangerous. Red Hoodie does go down as the Amplification Matrix just comes on in, and Bagel Guy realizing he's just got to get through, but Mars just dishing out just way too much damage. That's going to be tough here as the Kamehameha does come out from Widowmaker, managing to land 1, looking to land 2 as Danks looking to try to hold on, just unable to do it. Psycon rushes back in onto the point. Prim just dissing out, just so much damage. Here they go. Bagel Guy just running in, hanging on for dear life, trying to do everything possible. Will these dragons be the one that save everyone? And that might just be it. Oh my god, there they go, and they land quite a few. That's just gonna be fantastic. The dream is still alive though, as the Bob does get taken out, and here they go. Oh my god, that's gonna be the finish. I thought Monarch still had this. Bagel Guy managing to just run on in, and Widowmaker trying to get into that back line. Bagel Guy taking out Mars, and now it's just a 2v4, and it's just going to be unfortunate. Pachu rushing on in to try to hold on. Meteor Strike does come up into the air, and Pachu knows he's got to be careful, and now it's... Oh my god, they did it! They did it! They actually held it back!
That stabilize, I was not expecting it. I did not expect for Monarch to stabilize there at all. But, you know, Bagel Guy just got on the point at the exact right time. Also, those dragons were perfect.
A double kill dragons. That's why, folks, if you have your dragons, you're on spawn, and you got no other choice, sometimes just throw it out there. Oh, and here it goes. Kamehameha coming out to dish out some serious butt cheek smacking, and that could be dangerous. Bagel Guy trying to hold on as he loses the bot and is just getting absolutely... That's just rough. Oh, and that's going to be KBC picking up quite a few. Is this going to be enough, though? Prim looking to do some solid work, and now there's just so much coming against Pachu. There's just so much going on right now, but they've got to get onto the point. As Bob getting in onto the point. Prim might be in some trouble, but Bob is still just doing some solid work here onto the point. Prim manages to land the pick. Bagel Guy getting yet another one there, and that's going to be a tough one, as now it looks like it's going to be Monarch still able to hold it.
I'm just flabbergasted at the moment. I'm so shocked that, you know, Monarch is still holding this. I like the switch off of the double shield into a more dive composition.
Ooh, and that... Oh, but this could be dangerous, brother. This could be absolutely nutty, because they... So they do pop the ultimate. Widow, tillionth time, does happen to have her ultimate. Dear God, how much healing are you doing? This is just fantastic. Don't find the dog's dog. Because the wife has gotten home. High Noon does come on in, and Mars comes out with a fantastic triple kill. Obi-Wan still looking to hold on, but with the last few remaining seconds, it's still going to be Salt trying to come on in and do some solid plays. Danks is trying to hold on, unable to do it. This bomb did not do anything, and they're still just fighting for it. Can they still stabilize? And that might be a huge, fat, and absolute no. Pachu taking out Psycon, and now it's just a battle for the point. Obi-Wan trying to hold on. Kamehameha does come out in favor. Danks looking to try to keep this going, but no, the bomb lands exactly where it needed to. And Mars is just absolutely on fire. Bagel Guy trying to do everything to hold on for these last few seconds, and here it comes. Mars looking to clean anyone out who comes into the wrong place. That's it, and it's going to be Salt, able to at least complete.
You know, yeah, Salt completed the map, but it took them a very long time when they should have won with, what was it, more than 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah.
That was an amazing stall coming out of Monarch. They just kept playing, you know, the speedy, hard to hit characters, and I think Salt just honestly had to target focus there.
I mean, there was so much mobility that they had, so much movement. They were here, they were there. You know, they were using the teleporters to really juke people out. They happen to have the Symmetra Shield, able to keep the team, you know, they're able to dash dance right between them, just keep so many things in motion. And, you know, that was a great deal. You know, that was really what was coming to their strategy. The only problem, and I'll tell you this right now, the only problem that Monarch had was that throw from Obi-Wan. Jumped in, and that's the thing. Once you force a 5v6, it becomes really difficult to try and adjust and really try to get back into that.
Did you just say Obi-Wan was throwing?
No, not throwing, but the problem is you do end up going into the backline, so you get taken out. The 5v6 is forced, and now there's a problem. So you got to be careful. Your life is extremely important. You know, especially when it's in those final seconds, people need you alive. You gotta play conservatively, or at least understand, you know, what your changes need to be. So now Obi-Wan looking to try to get a better angle. They are aware they have a Mei. Ooh, and Bagel Guy, they're just looking to try some form of dive. Mars still up into the high ground, looking to try to land some solid picks. And here it comes, the Reaper v Ripper. Mosaic looking to try to get some damage in, and they're not running the Bastion this time. But KBC trying to run. Widow does get taken out by Prim, and that's just gonna be tough. Looks like we might be hitting a draw here if they don't find some sort of angle to get it in through. Mosaic is gonna have to back out of there. Ooh, and gets out with just barely his life. Honestly, the win for Monarch is right there, right around the corner.
Absolutely, and I think there is a stat that when it's a 5v6, I'm pretty sure the team with 6 has a 70% chance of winning or something like that.
Well, let's see if we hit the 30. All right, so here they come, and they know they've got to try to isolate Mars. Mars managing to get the heck out of there. Knows problems when he sees it, and there it comes. KBC gets one on the Widow Faker. That might be the beginning of the end, folks. Mosaic picking up one here on Berkey. Mars still trying to hold on, and now Bagel Guy, we choose you. Oh, great boop there from Saikon, and oh my god, looks like we're going to the next round with Monarch taking this next map. Oh my goodness.
That take on the Widowmaker to start the fight was, or Widowfaker, sorry, was absolutely, like, big brain. You know, take out a healer, and they're down to, I think, a Lucio. Lucio can't put out enough heals to keep tanks up, so it's just GG's from there.
Ooh, there it is. There was that play. Oh my god.
That, man, he didn't lose any health.
And that's what you look at. Danks doing this fantastic healing, and that was a great part of it. Danks, and a lot of people don't recognize this, and I'll definitely definitely give this one, because I learned this one from Jet. Don't stand where people people are going to look at you. And Danks was playing the game very, very well, picking a lot of these angles to where he couldn't be the focus of anything. Because you got to remember, you only have really one escape, and you better hope that you hit it. So you don't want to stand in a place where you're going to get jumped, or if they have a Doomfist, you want to be in a place that you can escape. There's a lot of there's a lot of area knowledge that you need to have, and a lot of things you got to consider. So Danks was playing really, really well, figuring out the proper angles, when to throw grenades, and really when to keep people alive. And that particular play, having having the nano right there on the Rhine, taking up just so much damage, and he's just standing on their left click W. I mean, it's just fantastic work.
I think Danks played that Ana almost perfectly right there on that push.
So we're going on in to the final one, and Monarch is showing some great promise. But that's the thing, it's still too early to call. We still have one more round left. Let's see if Salt can pull this up to a game 5, and a game 5 already in in an exhibition match, I think is absolutely nutty.
I would love to see a game 5. I like watching these two teams play against each other. I want to see more.
More?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I want to see more of them. I'm pretty sure Monarch wouldn't want it to go to a game 5, but I just like watching these teams play. I want to see as much as I can.
All right, and yeah, I feel like it really, really helps. Like I said, especially if you're trying to, to learn, run through the ranks, it becomes really, really important, because you have to be able to identify what to do and what not to do.
100%.
Yeah, and I feel like, some people still kind of have like this solo shooter mentality where it's just rather take a little bit of time. There's the characters play differently, they move differently. Like for example, like recently I started picking up Moira, right? For the longest time I would play Ana, I'd play Mercy, and I really wouldn't pick up any of the other healers. Maybe I'd play Zenyatta on the occasion, but things started really clicking, when I really understood that, slow down, figure out other angles. You have to be here. You have to be here. And one of the biggest things I had to learn was don't fade in, don't fade it. That's your escape. Don't run into the fight and then die,
Exactly.
Alrighty. So what do we got, man?
All these. Okay, so they are trying to get Berkey to swap. They haven't told me what map they want to play, because I don't know why. But I think Berkey just left.
I'm not necessarily sure what is going on. I do apologize for the viewer base at home. Yeah. We're just going ahead and figuring out a few things here or there, especially as we're going to start getting ready to go into the standard season. And for those of you who haven't signed up already, go ahead and start getting signed up. Especially if you got friends that look like they want to be in like a competitive environment, go ahead and fill out those applications. Maybe have, if you have a good group of friends and you're all within the same SR, give it a shot. At the very least, you can have you can build a practice team, and having a practice team, I feel, is a lot of fun. For those of you who do know, I did play for Project Proteus, and I had an absolute wonderful time. It's some of my favorite memories. Screaming into the mic, I like a madman when you win or when you lose. That's what you got.
Exactly. And I used to play on Horn Beast back when they were a silver team, but now we have combined both the silver and gold teams. But I moved up before that, so I am now playing on Queensguard, actually.
Alrighty. So what's going on? Are we missing? Are we good on the map, or are they having, like, I don't know? an evil debate. I want to say evil debate.
They have not chosen a map, actually.
I would like a map because as much as
would
I like
a map as
Volskaya,
well.
I'd like Volskaya. I really, really do. But I like whatever next map is going to come. Gonna be real with you here. And it looks like we're going to be having Sheepy jump on in. So Sheepy, former DPS player for what is now known as Queensguard. Fantastic DPS player, finally moving on up to Platinum. And she's also a really, really solid healer. But I think in this case, Sheepy will be playing a DPS role. So that's relatively important, and that's wonderful to see. So let's take a look at what's going on.
Pika is going to be playing instead of Bagel.
Instead of Bagel? Bagel guy.
Bagel guy got taken out, and they won't pick a map.
Actually, it's Bagel, right? It's not Bagel guy.
Bagel
guy. Yeah, it's Bagel guy. Man, I really want a bagel with cream cheese. Is it just me? I'd be about it.
You know what? My girlfriend's mom makes this peach jam, right?
Ooh.
You take a bagel, you toast it a little, you put your cream cheese on there, and then you put the peach jam on there, and it's so good, and now I want one. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Hey, man, just helping you appreciate what you've got. And apparently, peach jam is somewhere in your future. And yeah, I'm just hungry, man. I did. I was like, we got a scrim. I'm like, no, I can't eat before the scrim. How did I forget, you dummy? And now here we are.
Looks like we're going to be playing Junkertown.
Junkertown? Whoa, boy. Oh, Snipe City, ahoy. And I say ahoy. Also, a home to the pirate ship. So let's see what they're going to run. Personally, I like the pirate ship because I feel like it's literally just proper setup, kill everything. That's what you got.
I like Junkertown because it's either a real close defensive match, and it's either that or it's just a clean sweep. OD rules if OD rules if I'm not mistaken. Loser chooses, right?
To my understanding, yep. So sorry, Mosaic. It ain't, brother. Alrighty, so here we go with the next few seconds. Yeah, let's get this ball. Let's get this ball rolling. And no, Nassif, not you. I don't mean your hamster ball. I mean just the literal ball. Man, we tried doing deathmatch, or we were doing deathmatch for funsies. Mind you, this is the first time I actually met the guy, right? And he's playing hamster, and he's clapping these cheeks, man. I'm having a rough time. I'm like, dude, are you serious? Because
I've watched Nassif play his little hamster ball. It's scary. I don't like it.
Mama, I'm sorry. Please don't hurt. And I hate that. And that's always one of the hardest being support for any team, especially when you've got your KBCs, you got your Pachus, you got your Prims, looking into that back line, just trying to melt the supports. All you're trying to do is survive, man. Like, you're dancing, you're running, you're doing everything humanly possible to just not die.
Absolutely, and that's why I like playing the DPS that I do, because I specifically will hunt down the support players.
That's so terrifying. You said that with much love. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
My job, man. I have to.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh my God. So here we go. 15 seconds until Athena really gives us, a view as to what they're going to run. And like I said, I'm maybe hoping for pirate ship. I do like to see it. I think watching a Bastion mow the enemy down, I think is damn near poetic, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I'm not one of who you would say would be a fan of pirate ship to play, but I like watching it because I really enjoy watching what the defense does to counter the pirate ship. Because it's something that if it's played perfectly, it's really hard to counter actually.
Yeah, and I feel like that that frustrates people. And that gets really tough because, I feel like it becomes really difficult because now you're like, all right, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do there? And it's just like watching a ticking time bomb just accelerate at light speed in your face.
Absolutely. All right, and
And it looks they both have a bastion, so they're trying to set up on the opposite flank, and oh, here they go. Teleporter trying to come up from on high, and that might be dangerous here. They're gonna have to back out of there as Mara's still trying to hold on for just a little bit longer, but it doesn't seem like they have much of a plan. And right now, Obi-Wan's still up into the sky, and oh, that's gonna be Prim taking down KBC. That's gonna be a good pick. That's just really gonna start this bad boy off. Sycon bringing back KBC. Oh, that hook coming out from downtown, but Pachu able to stay alive. Obi-Wan taking down Mars, and that's gonna be a big one there as we're pushing their way forward. Oh, is that going to be what spells danger? No, Widowfaker does manage to bring back Mars, but Obi-Wan has just landed absolutely so much damage. Mars going ahead and taking him out, and that's going to be tough here. Sheepy is going to have to try to find some alternate angle, and Pika just trying to hold on for dear life. Using all of them cooldowns, not able to do much of anything, and that's just going to be it. Mars is effectively cleaning this bad boy up.
that was a really interesting strat to sit right outside their spawn door. I think they were expecting them to come out that door and just mow them down immediately. I was actually pretty impressed with the sit teleporter.
Yeah, that was a great move by them, but I don't feel like they could capitalize on it, though, and that's kind of where things kind of went wrong.
Yeah, you know, it just forced them to move a little bit, and then they got set up around the corner where they had a lot more cover.
Ooh, and that's going to be a rough one there. Sycon does bring back Pika, but the question is that enough? Red Hoodie does take down Obi-Wan as they're going for a little bit of a stronger flank, and I think they might have to abandon this post.
That wall was a bit weirdly placed. I think he was just primarily trying to protect the Bastion, was he not?
I'm not really sure where that was going to, but Jesus, Time Monster just taking out Obi-Wan, and that's a feels bad. Pachu still up in that front line, and Pika has got to be careful not to get taken out like that. Pika, my way, great save there, coming out here from Danks. Now they do pop out the bongos. That's going to be a big one. And where did that amplification matrix go? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, where did it go?
I'm so confused. Alright, so there goes Pika losing the bongo, and they're trying to get into that back. And that's going to be big here as Obi-Wan tries to land something. That's going to be the immortality field, able to get taken out. Ooh, and the picture coming in left and right. Danks able to help clean up yet another one there, and Obi-Wan just using the force, trying to take out the enemy, and Mars just having no way to escape. Does get taken out. That's going to be what ends it there. Great job from Monarch, but they still have a long way to go.
Yeah, I'm still confused on where Salt's amplification matrix went.
I have no idea.
It went into the abyss.
I heard it.
You know, that gave Monarch the ability to capitalize, since it just went away.
They were kind of.
It just got misplaced.
Maybe. Ooh, is that going to be a big one? Oh, that's going to be a huge mortality as they're able to pop that one in there, and now it's going to be Pachu looking to hold off the Reaper. There it comes. Is that ultimate going to be more than enough? Oh, that ultimate does come out from Obi-Wan, but he does get taken out, so it still could be anyone's fight. Prim off here into these flanks, and that's going to be Sheepy landing a solid 2 picks here, boys. That's going to be rough. Prim is going to get taken out by KBC, and great job there from Monarch, not going down without a fight. Now we're moving on into the 2-minute and 40-second mark as we move past point A.
That was just a solidly clean fight.
Yeah.
I can't say anything more about it, but now we do have, Prim swapping onto the Doom and Mars swapping off the Bastion, going with the McCree.
Ooh, so Mars McCree does work really well, but how well will it work here? Obi-Wan in a bad spot, does manage to land on Red Hoodie, but now the 2v1 is looking to come on in. He doesn't have much protection, so that could be absolutely dangerous. The Ultimate Dragons did come out, but doesn't seem like really hit much of anything. Here it comes, Gravitational Flux comes on in, but Pika properly prepared, able to hold on for just a little bit longer, and here it goes. KBC is going to have to back up. Here come the Bongos, looking to do some solid work from both sides. Here it comes. Is that going to be a massive play? That's going to be a double here from KBC, as now the entirety of Monarch is starting to push their way in. Time Monster is going to be by himself, and these picks are just absolutely delicious.
KBC can play just about anything. You know, we saw him on the DPS, but now we see him playing Sigma, and he's just walking through their team.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh man, so here they go once again. Now here we go into the battle, and Obi-Wan does get caught slightly out of position, so they are going to have to back off. Here it goes, Kamehameha looking to do some solid work here from Widowmaker herself, and now they're just doing everything they can to hold on. Oh, here that comes. Is that going to be a big play? It manages to land the one. Now it's just a 1-1 trade. 1, 2, 1, 2. Bam! Gets another pick there, but are they going to be able to hold it off as Widowmaker still tries to give just a little bit of damage output, and Pika and KBC playing together, but no, Prim is going to hop in there at just the right time. Now here we are, 50 seconds left, and they're just so close to this next point.
Super Prim comes in and saves the day. It was just the 2 tanks left on point, and then they had 1 tank and a healer. Probably could have won that fight with just tanks, but then Prim came in and just decided, this is my point.
Well, I hear Jet looking to try to get an oof counter ready for this today, but I don't think we're going to be getting a lot of window view. All right, so here we go, getting it started once again. Time Monster coming on down, and Prim looking to try to land, get a juicy pick. KBC, though, able to stay alive, and Mars is just shooting away, looking to try to land anything humanly possible. Psychon does go down. Obi-Wan managing to land 1, but is that going to be enough? And no, Prim looking to try to take on Danks himself. Doesn't seem to pick anyone up just yet, as this battle is still dragging on for just a little bit. Here comes Gravitational Fly. That's going to be huge here. Obi-Wan does get taken out, and Widowmaker, do you just keep these in your pocket? Pops out yet another devastating Kamehameha wave. That's going to be rough here as Dank is trying to hold on as long as humanly possible, but Psychon is just unable to really do much of anything. Here it comes, High Noon. That's going to be what ends it there, and KBC just looking to try to rush in onto the point. Not going to make it. It's going to be the end of Monarch's fight here, but can Salt push it past this point?
I'm really impressed with how many coalescence that Widowmaker is, accumulating. She's just building them so fast, and they're always huge.
I'm saying, dude, I was just like, geez, all right, here comes another fight, and there it is. Starts another fight, and there it is, dude. What are you doing? Like, she's just straight. I think maybe she's just, I don't know, getting everybody topped off at the. I don't know. I have no idea. But these ultimates are just coming in crisp, delicious, and clean. They sound like a sandwich, which I'm still hungry for.
You keep talking about food, and it's not fair.
All I'm saying, yeah, maybe that time to go out and get a snack wrap. I'm not really sure. I'm a very simple guy. You know what I mean? Like, if I've got nothing, I'll do a wrap, put some ham on that bad boy, maybe some lettuce, boom, call it even.
Easy.
Yeah, GG easy. Or maybe you got some of them chicken nuggets sitting there in the freezer. Oh boy, that's a good day for me. All right, so here we go, and it looks like we're gonna get a Bastion one more time. Yeah, definitely looks like we're getting it. Sheepy, however, is going to be playing it, while Obi-Wan is going to be sticking more to playing with the Pharah. Danks will be jumping in with the Pharah Mercy. Comparatively, they do have Prim and Mars going for a bit of a Hanzo's a pseudo sniper, you'd call him?
Yeah, I guess. If a Hanzo has good enough aim, he can Pharah, but it's a lot harder than a Widow.
I prefer a Hanzo over a Widow. So here we go. Widowmaker is going to be playing on the Ana. So that anti-nade is going to be large. Crisp Mars does pick up the pick here on Sheepy. Mars with a double kill. That's going to be a rough one there. And now it's going to be the combo of Pachu and Mars looking to try to dish out more and more damage. And now KBC just has absolutely no way to stay alive. That's going to be yet another one. And it doesn't look like the Farmer is able to do nearly as much as they hoped they could.
Right out of the gate, the Pharah actually did get hacked by Prim there. So it basically made him just a Junkrat with extra steps, you know?
This is why we should watch more Rick and Morty. So here they go. I absolutely love that show. It comes up in a few weeks. All right, so here they comes. Prim in a bad spot, has to get out of there, manages to land the solid juke, but it might not be enough. Ooh, Prim able to stay alive as Psychon hungry for the kill. That's going to be a 1-1 trade there of their Orisas. Sheepy's got to be careful not to get taken out. Oh, there goes that ultimate. That's a crisp and beautiful one there. Red Hoodie is just trying to hold on for just a little bit longer, but that stagger could be monumental if they manage to do it. Red Hoodie does get out of there. So with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, Salt still has the ability to clean up this match.
I absolutely love that far ult. You know, it gets the stagger, and you don't always have to get a 3K with it.
Yeah, sometimes just securing that one necessary pick, good enough, man. You don't have to get the play of the game. Sometimes just get a good one. That's it. If you got to play of the game, awesome. If not, you killed him though. Murder. Isn't it great? So here they go, and Farah still up into the sky, landing some solid shots, not really getting much of anything though, as the poke battle is still relatively underway. Sheepy still trying to hold some sort of angle here against the team, but they know Prim has something up their sleeve, and oh no, that's just gonna be rough. Kamehameha does come on out from Sycon, but maybe just too little, too late. Misplaced, does get hacked, and now there's just nothing they could do but roll out the red tape and let him just let him come on in. That's just rough, man. I meant to say red carpet.
That was their win condition right there, was that EMP, and then with Sycon trying to put up the Kamehameha just a little bit too late, got hacked out of it. That's a lost fight right there for Monarch.
And right now, Salt has really good time. Pachu up in that foreground. They're making great time. Like I said, 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Then not a lot of ground that they have to cover. They're getting closer and closer to the end. Sheepy trying to get some sort of pick here, and Prim managing to take out Pika. Here it comes. Them dragons come on out, and oh, that's a huge anti-nade. Oh, Mars, man, and KBC, and this is just not looking good. Here come them dragons trying to hold on, but Sheepy not managing to get much of anything. Prim does manage to grab a little bit of the high ground. That's going to be important there as the hit scan just doing whatever work humanely possible. Sycon does take out Widowfaker and unbelievably do manage to stabilize. So they are going to hold on for just a wee bit longer.
How did they stabilize right there? From what I saw, they only had 2 people, and then all of a sudden their team was there.
All right.
That's a really good stabilization.
Alrighty, so here they go. 2 minutes and 45 seconds onto the clock. They do have quite a bit of time to make some sort of play, but they've got to be sure of what they're making. I mean, they've got a lot of room to work with, find a lot of these little angles, and now Sheepy and Obi-Wan are sticking together. Oh, Mars just gets taken out. 5v6 is forced. Here it comes. Gravitational Flux does come on out. High Noon, who's it going to land on? And that's going to be Red Hood down terribly. Widowfaker is up in that back line, and she is going to get bullied. Sheepy is going to take him out, and now the 1v1? 1v1? No, that's going to be Prim managing to get a pick here on Sycon, and Sheepy does get the pick. Great job there. So now we're moving on into the 2-minute mark, and Salt is going to have to start hurrying up and making some sort of play.
Absolutely. I saw that Salt had the ult advantage there, and Monarch didn't have any ults to start that fight, but Obi-Wan was able to build up that Deadeye and just barely got it off to cancel out the Lucio ult.
Oh my god, that's a big play.
Bad. That feels bad, man.
Alrighty, so here it goes, and the sniper battle is going on one more time. That anti-nade able to keep people up, and now Time Monster feeling empowered, looking to try to land some sort of pick, but Danks able to stay with him, keep him alive. Mars does take out KBC, and now this is starting to look really bad here for the side of Monarch. Amplification Matrix does come on out. Sycon comes out. Kamehameha, is that going to be enough? Oh, High Noon, is that going to kill anyone? Doesn't really matter. The zoning ult does exactly what it needs to. Here we go, and that's going to be little mines everywhere, and now they're just throwing these the zoning ult, trying to keep Monarch away from the point. They've got to try to find some sort of angle, but oh, none able to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going up to a game 5.
That was an incredible attack coming out of Salt there. I really loved the effort that Monarch had put into it. I thought they were actually going to defend that for the whole time, but they just got out-ulted like at the last second there. So.
All right, so good job. Monarch, though, on their toes. Man, if this is what they're looking at prior to the season starting, they've got definitely good legs on their team. It's fantastic.
They're definitely looking really good right now. And I think Mars thinks it's over.
We out of players. They out of players. Are people leaving? I'm so confused.
ain't out of players.
When did we? You might want to take us back though. There it is.
Oh, yep. I thought I did. That is my bad.
That's okay. Alrighty, so we're just gonna go ahead and get it for this final map 5. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a nail biter, personally. Now, honestly, though, and I'll say this time and time again, mental fatigue does come in heavily when you are playing these kinds of scrims. So, as fun as they are, when you're getting to that try hard, like really, really, really hardcore mode, it takes up a lot of mental processing. You really have to get into the game, and it does get tiring after a while. Sometimes you'll run 2-3 maps, and you're like, my God, my eyeballs and head hurt.
Yeah, it's definitely something that does make you physically exhausted. You got to keep thinking of all these strats, all the counters, all the ways to play the executions, and it's mentally tolling, I think, right?
Yeah,
It takes a toll on your mental abilities at the moment.
Yeah, and that's it's a relatively standard thing. Just being able to put that much into a game, that much concentration, that much thought to what's happening, because a great deal of it does come from your inner game sense and whether or not you can really understand where you are. And that just, you don't really think about it when you're in the heat of it, but if you just go back and really just kind of analyze it, you definitely have so much that you're thinking of, so much you're keeping track of, so many little caveats, moves, abilities, cooldowns. So all that will eventually get tiring if you're really, 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 really trying. All right. So, map 5. Wait, not a map 5? I'm scared. Help me.
No, they are doing a map 5, I think. I think they're getting Eternal in here.
Oh, snap. Not Eternal. And I'm seeing Jet sitting there trying to fight people. Like, I don't know what's going on. Jet's always trying to fight people. Jesus. I don't know, man. I don't know. Everybody's angry all the time, and I'm still hungry.
He's hangry up in here.
I am hangry. It's why I'm screaming into this mic, damn it. All right. So we do have Eternal coming on in, just coming in for Salt. So just to give in one final map, and I think the viewers at home definitely deserve that. Once again, I do want to thank you guys for coming out here for what would be, not necessarily the inaugural stream for the new OCC, but really as we're moving on into this next season.
It looks like we're going to be going on to Lijiang here.
Oh, snap. Lijiang Tower. It's going to be fantastic.
There it
what?
is.
What's up, buddy?
Find it in the list.
No, go ask her, buddy. Go ask your mother. I may have a baby, but I also have fur babies. Now go ask your mother. All right, hold on one second. Just wait. Bed now. Go to bed. Thank you. All right, sorry. Here I am, just yelling at my doggy. Oh, it's a big old lab, man. I love them. I got a big old lab, and I got a little rat with bat wing ears, and they're just adorable.
Man, they're trying to have me let them play goats.
No. I may not be a fan of the double shield meta, but I am most definitely not a fan of the goats meta.
I hated goats meta. Oh my god.
No, I always feel like the goats meta is definitely the worst. Obviously, people who really wanted to play DPS, just because obviously, 3 tanks, 3 supports. Maybe you could maybe skew in a DPS on the rare occasion, but for the most part, DPS players didn't really have much of a space during that meta.
Pachu is making a really good case. He's trying to make a really good case for this. He says unofficial scrim, unofficial rules, unofficial goats.
You know what? That is going to have to be something okayed by the admin team, and guess what? I am not. So that's going to be a relatively important call on their end, or on what they believe is right. I've got nothing. I've got potatoes in my hand. So please, someone save me from whatever. Oh, Send it.
Send it?
Yep, guess so. Full send, boys. Woo! Which sucks because I think Eternal came in because he wanted to play. That's a feels bad.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. And we're hearing goats. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening.
New OCC says goats is not allowed.
Oh. Sorry, boys. Guess it's just going to have to be a 2-2-2. Oh, darn it. Alrighty, so once the team captains have given us a thumbs up, we will go ahead and get started on this final map, Salt v Monarch exhibition round. And I'm thoroughly enjoying this exhibition round. I mean we've been relatively silly all day. I'm having a great time. What about you, Kaz?
I'm having a great time, but now I'm getting yelled at. And
Sorry.
like I said, I would have liked to see a map 5, and I guess I got it.
Yeah? Tisk. Now everybody's all tired. Or at least me. There's only so much that you can talk at an elevated voice. And now my head's killing me. So I definitely need water. I ran out. Oh, hey, look, we've got a pause.
Oh,
that's a no bueno.
Let's get an F in the chat. So right now we're on the inside map. I forget what it's called exactly, but what would you like to see?
Control center.
What would you like to see coming out of here?
I mean, for the most part, we're probably going to get double shield. I'm almost 80% sure we're going to get double shields on both sides. But this is a great place to definitely have, if you want to throw a Reaper in here, obviously you're going to throw the Doomfist, a Mei. Symmetra really works very well, especially if the enemy's trying to run like a Rhine or something. There's a lot of close quarters, not really a lot of angles you can go out through. Junkrat could do some solid work here, really just blowing people up in these really tight corridors. So there's definitely a lot that can happen. Supports, Moira will have definitely a good time. It's a little harder when you're trying to do those focused healers like a Mercy or an Ana, because there's a lot of these little corridors that you have to really try to find who you're going to heal, and when everyone's all really grouped up, at times it could be a little bit of a challenge. So having that Moira there, it's probably going to happen. Maybe a Lucio.
Yeah, Moira Lucio is pretty much what is meta, isn't it? Either that or it's Moira Baptiste. But if I see Eternal not playing Doomfist, I'm gonna be confused.
Oh, what is happening?
Eternal healing.
What?
Can we go? No.
No, guys. No goats. No goats. Is what we're saying.
What an interesting
Alrighty, so here they go, and this is gonna be here, Jet. You're absolutely right, man. I'm getting a little buck wild here. You know what I mean? a little crazy on the 5th map, a little loopy here. So here they go, and whoa, we're seeing Reinhardt start this one. Ryan Zarya coming out for the win. Looking to dish in some solid damage. That's gonna be tough here if they play. Oh, Prim getting kicked, or at least punched right in the forehead. That's just going to be a tough one there, ladies and gentlemen, as now they're just trying to find an alternate angle. So here they go, as now Obi-Wan is going to be high charge, offering just a lot of damage here for the side of Monarch, and they just cannot stop shooting the Bagel guy.
That was a real interesting first fight. Prim getting picked off first. Really unfortunate, and then Monarch was just able to capitalize off that.
Ooh, and all I just saw was Obi-Wan got hits, and that's gonna be a rough one here. So here they come. They know it's a 5v. Man, Bagel guy just looking to try to stop him doing anything to happen, but here it comes. Eternal with that Kamehameha, expertly able to take down Bagel guy, and that's gonna be the main tank going down. That's gonna be rough. KBC trying to take one down, doesn't happen to do it, and that's going to be Obi-Wan backing up out of there.
And just like I said earlier, the 5v6 plus 70% of the time will end up winning for the 6.
By the way, I don't think we have the teams up in the stream, do we? Oh, no, we don't. So, Salt left and Monarch right. So, here we go. Getting at it in this next round, 37 to 18% and climbing. Ooh, will this gravitational flux do well? KBC in a bad spot, and that's going to be a great ultimate coming on in. KBC taking out Prim. Oh, Shatter does come on out. Bagel guy, though, doing some nautilously crazy work. Able to finish out quite a few, and that's just going to be it there. My God.
I loved watching Bagel Guy playing Reinhardt all night. He's such an aggressive Reinhardt, but he knows when to step back.
that is a honestly a very important learned skill, because some Reinhardts just shift their way in, and that usually is what kills them. So Prim is going to take out the Bagel guy, and KBC is going to have to back up out of there. Sheepy looking to try to take him out. Oh, is this going to be the end? Double meteor strikes. Looking to try to hold on for quite a few. Is that going to be the game maker? And no, the playmaker is not going to be so. Thanks. Does take out Prim, though, and that's an absolutely huge pick. Eternal does pop the Kamehameha. Oh my God, is that going to be what's It's not. Oh my God, Pachu coming in with 2 kills. What is this nonsense? What is happening? There's just no picks coming in. Sheepy managing to land 1. KBC holding on for dear life does get taken out, and here it goes. That might be the end of the rain, but Bagel Guy just comes out from nowhere. What is happening here, guys? And now Bagel Guy gets chosen. Here they go, and he's just an angry German got him to be so. That could be a huge pick if they can land, and if they can manage it. Oh my God, all they need to do is win this Time Monster, getting the pick here in Obi-Wan, and it might be so. The dream is still alive here for Salt as Pachu picks up yet another kill. So 99 to 40%. This still could be a nail biter.
That was a really, really long fight. It's just one would fall, and then 2 more would show up.
It just happens, man. They're coming up out of nowhere. Bagel Guy just charged from nowhere, dude. It's ridiculous. Alrighty, so here they go. We're coming on into what could be the final minutes of this fight. Oh, and here we go. That's a big one. Gravitate does come in, and Side absolutely with these sound barriers. High Noon coming in from Prim. Is that no? Oh my God! That's gonna be a double. KB's on an absolutely disgusting fire, and that's gonna be a freaking punch to the face. Athena calls the team kill, and there's just absolutely nothing they could do. Prim looking to try to rush on in, unable to do anything. Wow, Monarch is 1 round away from winning this series.
KBC walked in there and he used all his abilities to the max. That is perfect Doom play. That's how you want to see a Doom played, and that is how Doom should be played.
Well, let's see if they can hold it up on this one. We are seeing some Bagel Guy is going to go, and yes, I'm going to call him Bagel Guy. Bagel Guy is going to be sitting here, switching over to the Winston. So, not as much stable shields, but I think that's what they're going for. They want something a little bit more spread out, something that could really disrupt the team. A little bit more divey. Look at that. Damn. We're seeing some solid plays. So, Sheepy takes the skies here with Danks, but we are going to see nobody able to control the air here from the side of Salt. So now, Berkey trying to get some solid angles. Ooh, and that could be bad. Obi-Wan able to get the pick here on, and Pachu might be in a bad spot. Time Monster still running on it with the front line of the team. Prim does manage to take out Sheepy, which is honestly a massive accomplishment. Ooh, and that's a rough one here. The DPS are still alive, and they're just rushing their way on. Pachu just doing so much damage to Time Monster up into the front line. Pachu does take down Danks. Bagel Guy takes out Time Monster, and now they're just rushing on in. Pachu is not taking this L without a fight, but KBC takes out Red Hoodie. There goes Pachu, and the battle for the point still rages on. Eternal's got to be careful not to get taken out. Psychon with a solid play does do some crazy work. Prim still trying to hold on, has to get out of there. Whew, and that's going to be Monarch just doing some crazy work.
I don't know if you saw this, but when that fight started, Obi-Wan knocked off Red Hoodie off to the map, and he just rode the outside wall all the way around and came up through the back.
Really?
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. I was about to freak out saying, like, Obi-Wan just got another boop on the Lucio, but then the Lucio just said, nah, I'm a wall ride, and just took advantage of it.
That's fantastic. So here they go. And KBC's got to be careful. That one rock could be a terrible day, and here they go for the dive. Sycon does take it out. That fist has come on down. That's going to be a triple kill. Pachu tries to get into that backline. Bagel guy does take down Birkin. Here they go. The final bits of this fight. Pachu is just absolutely hungry for these picks. Takes out yet another. And now the backup does come on in. The res working absolutely perfectly for Danks. Now we're moving on into the 40% mark. And right now, Monarch is looking absolutely fantastic with their play.
Yeah, that was just a really, really good fight right there. Really clean from both sides, but, you know.
Ooh, and here it comes. That's going to be the ultimate. Ends it. Oh my god! Sycon is just nutty. Barry. What in the heck is going on? Sheepy does manage to get one with the ultimate. Here comes KBC in a bad spot. Does get taken out by Time Monster. And now Danks with a massively risky res comes out here for the Bagel guy. And it just might not be enough. Sycon's healing is just nowhere near what it can and should be. And they're just struggling, holding on for dear life, trying to get as much percentage as possible. And they're dodging, they're zipping, they're zooming as Prim manages to get sleepy. 87%. And now it's rising. They did manage to hold on. 90%. Obi-Wan still trying to do everything possible. I mean, they may not be. Oh my god. What are you doing, Obi-Wan? What is happening? Oh my god, he got it to the 98% mark. They are one team fight away from winning this.
Man, that fight, it was just Q, counter Q, Q, counter Q, and then I think Sheepy got knocked out of the air with a rock while barraging. Or flashbanged, I think.
I think it was a rock, because I didn't see a kill or anything like that. Yeah, I did.
Oh, so many counter Qs.
Oh, and here it comes. Sheepy does take out Red Hoodie. That's going to be a big one. Come out here for Eternal. And this is their final chance to make something happen. Great picks come on in. Obi-Wan does take out Prim as the Kamehameha from Eternal is still actively working. So it's going to be great into their favor, but Eternal does take out Sheepy. Now KBC, they're going to try to get into that back line, but it might be just a tad bit misguided as it looks like it's going to have to be Monarch having a backup. They can't really engage into these fights, and they can't forget their basics either. They have to remember it. You know, they're a team fight away, but you got to make it a team fight. You can't go in there trying to 2v6 people.
Exactly. They just got way too separated there. You know, KBC got off all the way on his own to the right, or left rather, and he just got absolutely dominated trying to get back into their backline.
All right, so Prim does have that ultimate, and that ultimate could be a game saver. Bagel guy is looking for a better angle, trying to get it. Here they go. Is this going to be everything that they needed? Oh, and everything, and Prim comes out with a double kill. That's going to be absolutely huge as we move on in. 78, 79, 80%, and now Bagel guy just has to go for a hard reset. 85%. They're going to have to run in after this next one. Oh, man. Gonna win this.
Potentially go to the very last possible submap.
Ooh, and Sycon just rushes on in. They know to touch, but maybe just touched it a little preemptively. Obi-Wan does get taken out, and this is just not looking good here. Gravitational Flux does come on up, and Bagel Guy does get absolutely melted, deleted. Pick whatever verb, adjective you might want to get on there, but here we go, folks. We're going the distance.
Assault played, you know, point control. They played that point control so well. They made perfect rotations while never really truly coming off point.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Good movement. They were really forcing Monarch to play their game. You know,
Exactly.
they're forcing them in, and then Prim is just on the outside, holding the perimeter. And
Oh my god. Just as bad as Elfie.
yo, she still wants to have a dad off. I'm scared. She'd whoop my dad cheeks, man. It's terrible. Alrighty, so here we go. Control point unlocks in 25 seconds, and Bagel Guy is going to be running that Reinhardt one more time. They are just going to run on in with those Symmetra, with the Symmetra teleporter. and that's gonna be Sheepy getting a pick here on Red Hoodie. So that's gonna be a big one there, and oh, there goes Bagel Guy getting taken out early. Those turrets are working well, and Prim just really rocking out this front line. Woohoo! You just hate to see it. Athena calls a team kill as we start this, brother. This is gonna be explosive.
Man, I love that teleport strat. You know, most teams don't expect it because it's one that's not really commonly used, but it is one that is used correctly, just opens up the map into a new way.
Yeah, you've got a point there. And they opened it up very well, got right in the aggressive stance. Now they have a really good way of just getting out of there. So here they go. They're getting engaged into this poke battle, and they know they've got to be careful with Pachu. And they do have a lot of these turrets, and that could be absolutely dangerous. KBC, though, gets taken out. Eternal pops that Kamehameha, and they just don't seem to have an answer for this Symmetra.
Sims OP changed my mind.
If the enemy has shields, yeah, I definitely will say. And no, Elfie, I don't want to go. She's still mad at me because I told her to go and then we didn't go, and she won't let it go from me. So here we go. Bagel Guy trying to land some sort of play, and that's the thing right now. Pachu's got a great hold here on the point. They're playing the point very, very well, and they just don't seem to have a real answer to whatever it is that they're trying to throw at it. They're rushing on in, and the unfortunate part is they have to throw on it. Oh, here it comes. Sheepy does get the pick here on Prim. Gravitational Flux comes on in. They called it out. Bagel Guy, what are you doing? No, that's just not in anyone's cards, nor is it great. Bagel Guy, what were you doing, brother? Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah.
Psychon definitely needed to just jump off map there and get a reset, because now they don't have time for a full regroup.
Nope, and Time Monster's got the front. Monarch played their absolute wits and hearts out. But I don't think it's enough. Hammer Down does come on in, so there's going to be a pick here on Pachu. There it comes. Doomfist looking to come on up, do some solid plays, and it might just work if they can get it happening, but I don't see it. Bagel Guy looking to do this work. Oh, there's going to be another running into him. Bagel Guy just can't do it, and Salt takes the victory home.
Salt won at this point, and once they got a grasp on it, they just never let go.
No.
So everything that Monarch tried to do, they just could not pry the grips out of it. But I do really want to see what this play of the game is.
Meteor strike.
That's that feels bad. Go in, smack a doodle. That is annoying. Oh man,
that is beautiful. As a Doomfist player, you'd love to see it.
Jesus. All right, there we go, folks. Wow, this is just ridiculous, and definitely it's not an easy clap. It was a well played game. Monarch standing toe to toe with Salt and doing it very, very well. They were very efficient, very powerful. I mean, like I said, if this is a precursor to what Monarch's about to do, yeesh.
Man, Monarch's going to be scary if they keep playing like this.
So, here we go, folks. End of the line. Go ahead and give us a hashtag for who you think is your player of the match. Kaz, who do you got, brother?
Oh, I'm going to have to probably give it to Widowfaker, even though she wasn't here for this final map because she had to go for whatever reason. Her Moira play all night was just incredible, especially when she was getting those coalescences like every single fight, which is what you need to do if you're playing Moira.
Fair enough. You know what? I think this might be a support player kind of day, because I want to give this next one to Psychon. And the support all around was great, but I want to talk about in terms of sheer consistency. If you go back and watch that, almost every time big ultimates were coming, Psychon had that ultimate available. Not only had it available, but played it when it was absolutely necessary. A lot of the gravitational fluxes were absolutely canceled. Just so much flexibility from him, especially when he's able to really do everything possible to take care of the team. And that's really what you want. Like I said, Danks was playing fantastically. Widowfaker was playing fantastically. Red Hoodie was playing fantastically. But sometimes really it's that straight consistency, being able to know, okay, this is coming, going to pop it here, 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 and then you just create the foundation for your team to really build themselves up. Brick giving some love here to Sweaty, but I'm not seeing much love here for anyone else. But what are you gonna do? So, so I have been the Loud T-Rex. Thank you guys once again. We will be getting into the regular season here soon. Please keep an eye out for the announcements from the admin team to go ahead and get things up and running. Please, if you are new here, go ahead and sign up. If you don't want to play as part of a team, just want to be part of the community, absolutely. These guys love to meme at every minute of the day. Some of the funniest things I've seen, some of the dumbest things I've ever seen. I'm talking about you, the sun.
True.
Talk about you, the sun. Oh, anyway. Yeah, so it's some of the dumbest memes you'll ever see. And it's a great time. You want to be part of a team, go ahead and sign up, be a free agent, get thrown into a team. Want to bring your own team, go ahead, please follow the guidelines. You want to coach, once again, same thing here, and we are always looking for new talent to really try to help us run these streams. This is Zell's first stream. This is Kazume's first stream. And I do want to thank you guys for putting forth the effort and at least learning what the freak to do. It is so you struggle for help and you try. So yeah, that is thankful. You've been able to talk. You've been running the streams. It's your choice, really. But in all honesty, though, all of this is voluntary. Everybody volunteers their time. So if you got a little bit of time to spend, you want to help us out with the stream, you want to jump in and join a team, please do so. I believe the links are down below. So, Kazume, do you have anything to add before we leave?
Just besides the fact that this was a really good, non-official opener to our season, I'm expecting more really great games out of every single team here.
Hold up. We got something from Dank out in the chat. Who got play of the match?
We gave two
Player of the match?
Yeah,
it was Widow and Psycon.
Mm-hmm. We're able to keep. Yeah, it was a support player kind of POTM. But I guess Mars is getting some love, and I think that's kind of it. Yep. So, Zell, you got anything to add before we leave?
I just want to absolutely thank everyone that was out here today, dealing with some of the buffering that we had earlier on into the stream. And just kind of sticking through it, especially with me being a first-time host here on OCC. I want to thank all the viewers that came out here. You guys are absolutely fantastic, and I hope to see you out in the Discord. I'm always out in there.
Alrighty. And yes, say whatever you want. I got love for support players. So, that has been it for us tonight. I am the Loud T-Rex.
And I'm Kazume.
And Zell's over there in the corner somewhere with the camera.
I'm just sitting in the corner. I don't get to talk
kind of
very much.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right. Much love, guys. Have a great day.